that is.
Yeah.
And so.
I do know what that is. I bet she does too.
But you know, that is, I think that's one of our biggest things, is because we think with our thinking,
Yes.
and we don't think with their thinking.
Yeah.
And so
don't
that's
have the
a
social
very
media brain.
difficult task. I don't envy you at all.
You're not going to sign up for the committee?
My question is there some kind of a program to go out to civic groups? I mean, we're talking about really young people. What about, and old people, what about the middle group, that Rotary, Lions, Chiropodist? Those kind of active people already, give them one more thing.
Right. Well, those are the movers and the shakers in the community. And so my thought, and I think the board was along with me on this, is that once we get that product to the general public, then certainly Rotary, Lions, everybody can pick it up if we push it to them. Naturally, nobody's going to say, wow, we have a program we could use. But if we're pushing it to them, then I think we could probably use the same product. At least that's what I'm hoping.
Just tacking on to what was just brought up with the civic organizations, if you get me at high school or junior college age, you've got me 40 years before I'm going to think about joining the grand jury. And it seems to me part of that curriculum should be for those kids probably to do a little bit of a challenge to the parents. Are the parents aware of what's going on? Because they forgot their civic lessons from 40 years ago.
I know that one of the more successful high school courses, and maybe it was the Marin folks, went out and had the kids actually walk through a scenario. And you know, because you just stood up and did it, that you engage when you're moving and shaking and thinking. That's how you learn. And so that might be a really important component for this, depending on how we actually roll it out. Now, if it's a video, you know, then it's harder, but I don't know, there's probably still, if there's a will, there's a way, right? Yes.
In Alameda County, that was one of the very first things that we did. We put together a program to PowerPoint to go out to civic organizations. We started making lists of the organizations, their meeting times, and we have the PowerPoint ready to go, except that we have incorporated something off of the state, and we're trying to get that to be embedded in our PowerPoint. But we haven't actually gone out yet because the recruitment we're looking at happening in January,
Yes.
as opposed to September. But we are ready to go.
Would you please consider sharing that with me so I can share it with the committee, because that might be our starting point. I don't know. Thank you.
When I was taking some continuing ed classes at our local community college, I happened to mention to the teacher that I was on the grand jury, and she says, oh, you automatically get extra credit, which had everybody else in the room perk up their ears and want to know more about the grand jury. So my suggestion is, yes, we need to go to poli-sci and civics and history, but I think if you go to a general teachers meeting, because this was a computer class, this wasn't anything to do with civics. If you go to a general meeting of the teachers and have them think about offering extra credit like this lady did for me, like I said, there was a whole lot of ears popped up in the room, and a couple of them actually did apply.
Awesome.